On the news tonight, wife of Anambra State Governor, Mrs. Soludo, blames problems in society on parents' inability to instill moral standards on children. Anambra State government calls for calm as normalcy returns to all parts of the state. President Tinubu commends Senegalese President Sall's decision on third-term bid. On the foreign scene, Ukrainian President Zelensky to visit Turkey for talks with President Erdogan over Black Sea grain deal. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and thanks for joining us on ABS Evening News. My name is Chinyere Ikoreke. Wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has explained that most foundational problems of facing the society today arise from inability of most parents to instill the right behavioral and moral standards in their children. Mrs. Soludo, who was speaking in Oka, noted that the first and cardinal responsibility of a parent is to guard the child to be a moral mirror that represents a functional home and society, pointing out that any parent that fails in that regard has failed the entire society. The governor's wife, who lamented the continuous shortfall in moral principles of the contemporary society, blamed parents who have set the wrong standard for their children, as well as those who have devalued the relevance of a right home and community's importance to child raising. She also blamed institutional failure for the current societal problem, stating that while some parents have failed in their own role, religious institutions, schools, communities and governments has also played a huge part in the problem by abandoning their responsibility and undermining the importance of collectivity in child training. The governor's wife, while explaining that raising a child whose ways of life reflects a responsible home and society is everybody's business, reaffirmed the ageless socio-cultural philosophy that raising a child is a community affair. She also explained that it is important to make the children blend with the right tradition and culture, including getting used to the revered value of hard work, respect, patience, humility, truth, resilience, adoration of their mother tongue, among others. Mrs. Soludo further charged every institution that has a stake in child upbringing to show more commitment to the task and to also understand that it could get even worse if they continue to fail in their duties. The Anambra State government has allayed the fears of people of the state about appearance of masked men in Siena bus across major cities in the state. According to a government statement signed by the Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul Musu, the armed men seen are officers of the Anambra State Vigilante Group, AVG. The Information Commissioner said following the mild tension and anxiety among the people, government directed the Department of State Security, DSS, and the 302 Artillery Regiment Onitsha to join in strengthening the patrol. The government statement said normalcy has since returned to the commercial city of Onitsha and other parts of the state that earlier experienced panic as offices and shops have since reopened. Sanwo-Su, however, said a few miscreants that tried to test the resolve of government to protect lives and property of its people have been arrested by security agents, and they are presently providing useful information. Reports from local government chairmen in other parts of the state reveal that people are going about their normal businesses while their local AVGs and joint task forces are on red alert. Anambra State government is therefore calling on Indian Anambra to go about their legitimate businesses without fear. The Federal Road Safety Corps, Anambra Sector Command, and its Special Marshal Arm have inaugurated Road Safety Club in 10 schools within the state with the aim of inculcating road safety education to pupils and students to achieve safer road for all. Correspondent Kenneth Kuchkude tells us more.
Some, if not most, of the road accidents can be attributed to human error, especially due to lack of knowledge on road safety measures, which is a major reason for the inauguration of the road safety clubs in schools for pupils and students to learn the road safety measures early enough. Speaking during the event, the sector commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, Mr. Adeoye Irelewuyi, remarked that the clubs are the third tier in the administrative structure of the FRSC, which is primarily focused on enlightenment on road safety measures to prevent accidents. Mr. Irelewuyi emphasized that the clubs bring about impact as personnel will be sent to schools to teach club members and students on road safety measures using the Highway Code Road Safety Manual.
We expect that these pupils, these students will have a very far-reaching impact. But we expect that at their various levels, they will be able to pass across some of the things that they have been taught.
The coordinator of the Anambra State Special Marshals of the FRSC, Mr. Patrick Esumai, revealed that 95% of road accidents are caused by human error, and inaugurating the club will help in teaching the children early enough the road safety measures, starting from the family and schools, as efforts are geared towards having the club in all schools in the state.
It is our duty and prerogative to catch them young. That's why we established the Road Safety Club. I believe it will yield a very big result.
The chairman, Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board, ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Nwadinobi, represented by the board secretary, Mrs. Ebele Mbemena, commended the efforts of the FRSC and the special marshals in inaugurating the club, which has made young ones stakeholders in road safety, urging FRSC to follow up on the progress of the clubs.
The inauguration of Road Safety Club in our secondary school will go a long way in helping our youths to be a co-managers of road users, and if they can extend it to primary school, that it will make this into have a long-lasting effect on our youth.
Students from various schools who spoke during the event, including Ms. Esel Nwokoye of Federal Science and Technical College, Oka, Master Kosi Sochukwu Okafor of Living World Comprehensive Secondary School, Umudim Nnewi, and Master Reginald Onaku of Trinity Secondary School, Onisha, expressed happiness for being members of the club and emphasized that it will help them bring about differences as it concerns road safety. Decoration of students and presentation with road safety manuals and learning banners climaxed the event. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
The Transition Committee Chairman for Anocha Council Area, Mr. Gerard Ozo, has advised pupils in Council Area to embrace education with every sense of responsibility in order to have a secured future. Mr. Ozo gave the advice while distributing learning materials to all the primary schools in Anocha local government area. Valentine Mbadura tells us more.
During the exercise, Mr. Ozo inspected the schools, which made him to discover a school, Migrant Farmers Primary School Nene, with no chairs in some of their classrooms, and promised to provide them with chairs. Speaking on the objectives of the exercise, Mr. Ozo stated that the efforts of Governor Chukwuma Soludo in giving Anambra children best education needs to be complemented, especially at the grassroots, while noting that quality education is key to greatness. And for a better society, Mr. Ozo explained that good learning environment is significant to students' performance and assured that the council will not relent in providing support when necessary. He urged the teachers to be diligent in doing their jobs, which he described as a vocation, and called on the pupils to always be obedient and be serious with their studies.
The
manager of Ezenebo Primary School, Akweze, Reverend Canon Royce Umezulora, while receiving Mr. Ozo and his entourage, commended the initiative and encouraged them to sustain the tempo.
For you, it's just better.
The Anocha Local Government Area APGA Chairman, Chief Anthony Ugoji, who addressed the pupils during the tour, advised them to be disciplined, consistent, and dedicated, as only such right virtues, he said, can earn them better future. He explained that Governor Soludo has provided them with knowledgeable teachers and asked them to take their future in their hands.
So I can see no ya delay man Jesus. Amen. When I can see man in the band teachers, yellow na yaka, aukona afiaro, on a seeker. Man, by the special grace of God, we'll make it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Paul Ilogaro Primary School Adazienu, Azudo Primary School Ichida, Ezenebo Primary School Akweze, Community Primary School Aguluzibo, Ebede Primary School Nri, among many others, benefited from the education program titled Education is Key to Success.
The Diocese of Nnewi Anglican Communion says it is throwing her weight behind Anambra State government in the quest to unravel what transpired in the case of the alleged fake JAMB result by Mesioma Ejikeme of Anglican Girls Secondary School Nnewi. This they made known during a media briefing to react on the news of the alleged fake JAMB result, making the rounds on social media since last weekend. Ngozi Obileri investigated the issue, was at the briefing and now reports.
Briefing the media, the Synod Secretary, Diocese of Nnewi, Venerable Geoffrey Motuanya, said that the school has not recorded any examination malpractice in its history, adding that the girl has been brilliant from onset. Venerable Motuanya noted that they are in support of the stand of Anambra State government, who had constituted a panel of inquiry into the case, as they will stand by the truth at all times. He said that they are giving both spiritual and physical backing to Mesoma's family and will resist any form of cajole or force to succumb to pressure just because they are from humble background.
We want to believe that the panel of inquiry will be transparent. The government is interested in the matter. As a matter of fact, just like us.
Contributing, the Administrative Secretary of the Diocese, Venerable Chukwunonso said that the church will stand by any outcome of the investigation and will abide by any decision after the investigation, regretting that the situation will bring about negative effect on the girl.
Our interest there is just to find out what actually transpired. How come about 360 higher score and another person claiming to have 362? How come about it? Where did that discrepancy emanate from? These are things we are interested in knowing. And having been into the hands of the DSS and other investigative bodies being set up by the government and other bodies, we feel that it is okay, and with time we will now know what happened.
Meanwhile, the father of Mmesoma, Mr. Romanus Ejikeme, has called on Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, to release his daughter's results, as according to him, it is only the institution that knows what transpired. Mr. Ejikeme, a musician and Okada rider based in Nnewi and an indigenous of Oduma and Nri local government area of Enugu State, said that his 4 children are all brilliant and have been taking first positions in their various classes, including Mmesoma. The father of 4, 2 boys and 2 girls, also narrated how his daughter received a text message from JAMB bearing 362 as the aggregate, wondering why the letter came back to say that her daughter scored lower than that. He called for every investigation that would reveal the truth and said that his daughter was not capable of fraud and deceit.
I change everything. I say my to vote. We sort of JAMB bank bezupu. No problem. Change the result. I just put another. If I have take it, I'll find out for since. Okay, I have take highway defend you for family.
Efforts by the ABS to get the principal of the school and Mmesoma proved abortive, as she claimed that she has been prevented from talking to journalists. From Nnewi, in Nnewi North local government area, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
On national matters, President Bola Tinubu has commended the decision of Senegal President Macky Sall not to seek a 3rd term in office after the end of his tenure. Mr. Dele Alake, Presidential Advisor, Special Duty Communication Strategy, revealed this in a statement in Abuja. There had been protests in Senegal in the past few weeks following speculations over Sall's 3rd term ambition after his 2nd term in office in 2024. Senegal is a country considered the most stable democracy in Africa. To quell the crisis, Sall said he would not offer himself as a candidate for the February 25th, 2024 presidential election in his country. President Tinubu said the decision by Sall was in the best interest of his country and the peace and stability of the West African region. On the foreign scene, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is set to visit Turkey for talks with his counterpart, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, over the Black Sea grain deal and the war with Russia. Zelensky has called on NATO leaders to take concrete steps towards Ukrainian membership in the bloc at a summit next week. Authorities said Ukraine also submitted a formal request to join the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPP. According to reports, the United States is preparing a new package of arms and ammunition that could include the controversial cluster bombs for Ukraine. In sport, Victor Osimhen has demanded a salary of £7 million annually to extend his current deal with Napoli. Napoli, who have already opened talks to extend Osimhen's contract, are keen on inserting a hefty €200 million release clause in the new deal. The Nigerian international helped in Partenope win their first Serie A title in 33 years and emerged the leading scorer in Italy's top flight with 26 goals in 32 games in 2022-23. His impressive form has seen him linked with moves to PSG, Liverpool, Manchester United, Tottenham, and Bayern Munich. That's the size of our packet tonight, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka, on Twitter at ABS Radio TV, on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. The main point again. Wife of Anambra State Governor, Mrs. Soludo, has blamed problems in society on parents' inability to instill standard in children. Anambra State government has called for calm as normalcy returns to all parts of the state. President Tinubu has commended Senegalese President Sall's decision on third-term bill. Ukrainian President Zelensky is to visit Turkey for talks with President Erdogan over Black Sea grain deal. Here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thanks for watching. My name is Chinyere Ikoreke. Good night.
Momo better pass cash. Yes, oh! Momo don't begin turn people to millionaires, oh! Over 200 million naira they grant